Both the middle and high school that I was zoned for are in the bottom 5% of the state. So I don't really know what kind of life I'd be living had I not gone to KIPP. Certainly not the same one.
I knew Nashville had a lot of bright spots, but also had big opportunities for kids, specifically in East Nashville. And so any kid who lived in East Nashville at the time really didn't have many opportunities to go to a school that was going to perform at a high level.
As a fourth grader, I knew the kind of scene that was involved in the other school. I knew everything that was going on, all the fights, all the gangs, the test scores, and all that wasn't the best coming out of there. If you're looking at me, you're on paper, I am either a construction worker or I'm in jail.
And that's just not okay. To have virtually no pathway from elementary to middle school to high school and then on to college. I mean, kids were going through that pathway, but very, very few would make it the whole way. And so I was drawn to East Nashville because there was a lot of work to do and a lot of opportunity. And I thought that kids and families wanted it and needed it.
I think the first time I heard Mr. Dowell speak, I was decided.
Me telling my mom, hey mom, my teachers wanting me to apply for this school, wanting me to push myself, wanting me to get a better education than my peers, really.
He said that I want to start this school for kids who want to go to college. Made me think, oh, well, I want to go to college.
But at the end of the day, if I wanted to be better,
that's something I want to do.
I had to push myself a little bit harder.
I want to go to that school. I want to do something different.
Because that was the first time I felt like I could, when I came to KIPP.
Looking back on that first year, we had obstacles on hiring teachers, finding the right talent, finding the right people that want to do this work and be part of a mission-driven organization.
The first year, we started with 4 teachers, and then we ended up with 2. But I knew that by taking the jump and taking the leap, I would be able to know that the students that I taught were well taken care of in all the grade levels, and I'd be part of something a whole lot bigger, nationwide, but also in our city.
At one point I talked about with my team, just like, hey, we're in a problem-rich environment and we have to be problem solvers, and being denied in the early days, that was a big challenge.
When Randy opened the school, they didn't want to sign the charter in Nashville for the school to open.
That triggered a series of 3 denials from the local school board.
I think the exact words were, it is unrealistic to think that kids in East Nashville can or even want to go to college. And I remember when I heard that, I was just shocked.
What struck me first when I read that letter is this totally discounts human potential. Find me a parent who doesn't want their kid to go to college. Find me a parent who doesn't want great things for their kids. Find me a parent who doesn't want their kid to have a better, more opportunity-filled life than they've had. You'll be hard-pressed. And that letter completely missed it. Just completely missed it.
For us to just assume that students don't want to or don't have the ability to go to college because of the neighborhood they're growing up in is completely outrageous, and it makes me so mad.
I think whenever you have people who doubt you, it makes you want to try that much harder. And so we were definitely proved the possible the first year, and it was us against the world.
I appealed, and eventually the state board approved KIPP Academy Nashville and allowed us to open. The first day of the fall semester rolled around, we opened with 56 fifth graders.
The school hours were different. School started at 7:15 and went until 5 o'clock. 2 Saturdays a month, we actually had Saturday school where we were here until noon every Saturday.
It was like a really ground up operation that first year.
The first class of KIPPsters, they were so strong. I mean, just strong, courageous. I mean, they put up with a building that really didn't have a cooling system. We had air conditioning units that didn't work all the time. We had a central heating system that was out all the time. We had bats in the building.
And the bats were an endangered species. And so we couldn't kill them. we couldn't move them because this is where they lived and they're endangered, so we couldn't go in that hallway. If there's a bat in a stairwell, we couldn't use that stairwell.
From the moment we walked in, we realized what everyone should know. Life owes you nothing. Everything has to be earned. Everything has to be worked for.
The goal was to teach the kids everything we could every moment of the day.
But being able to see them come in and then be able to grow so much in 1 year, like 1 grade level, 2 grade levels, 3 grade levels, we are able to actually see that the work that we're putting in is making a difference.
All of us that started here, we realized how special. We realized that something different was happening here, that something unique and monumental was happening. And I think that's why we stayed.
You know, but what was really amazing was talking to kids about what do you want to do next and how do you want to build your career, and having college grad alums come back and, you know, seeing some of them come back and interact with our students, and some of them come back and take jobs on our team. I'm just really proud of the kids. I'm just really proud of them.
You don't appreciate any of the things that KIPP does until you walk out. You see the differences, you kind of see, okay, there's someone that expects a little bit more from me and someone that sees something in me, so I need to, you know, do whatever it takes to prove them right.
I mean, it really touches my heart to be able to see kids that I was able to teach also touch like the community and the students.
It just makes me think about all of the people and all of the potential in this city, and all of the people who are just being brushed under because they're not provided the same opportunities. How much different could our society be if we had even 20 schools all over Nashville, all motivated to give students an excellent education?
If we want more kids to go to college, if we want more students to feel like they can do it, then we need to open more schools like KIPP.
There was not a lot that I wanted to do until I heard that I could do it.